Unit 6, Post-Interview Steps. This unit focuses on key steps that we can take once the interview is all over. So this is the point where you can breathe a sigh of relief. The interview is finished, you are back home, and now you're in a place where you can send a message of thanks to the employer. So the first thing I would recommend is send that actual message of thanks. Send either an email or a letter. In that email or letter, you're going to thank the employer. They have provided you with an opportunity for interview to put your case forward as to why you are the best candidate for the role. It also provides you one final opportunity to stress that you are genuinely interested in this position, and you also want to reiterate your key selling points. So this is very important. It's your final chance to stress that you genuinely want this job, and here are the key selling points that I have that really fit with the requirements of this job. Now, once you've sent that email or letter, I would generally wait a week, and if you haven't heard from them within a week, consider giving them a call. Inquire in a very polite, general way if a decision has been reached. Remind them who you are, you attended for interview on such a day, you're following up, it's been a week since the interview, and you're following up to inquire if a decision has been reached. And hopefully by doing that call, you'll find out where you stand. Now, if you get the news that you've been unsuccessful in this particular round of interviews, then although it can be difficult, I would suggest you write another thank you email or letter to the employer. Now, don't do it 5 or 10 minutes after receiving the bad news. Give yourself an hour or so to process it, but certainly respond back to the employer. Don't just leave it be. Follow up with a thank you email or thank you letter to keep the door of communication open. There, you never know what might actually happen. You could be offered an alternative position within the company, which has happened to clients I have worked with in the past. They have been offered an alternative position because they did engage with the employer after being told they were unsuccessful. They wrote a letter of thanks, um, and it resulted in an alternative offer being provided. And you never know, the successful candidate, it may not work out, and they may link in with you at a later point to see if you are still interested. So I would certainly want to try and end this engagement with this employer in a very positive and professional manner to keep the door of communication open for the future. And finally, it's your opportunity to request constructive feedback. Now, some employers are very good and they will give you constructive feedback so you can improve the next interview. Some employers will give you a very generic response, and more often than not, a lot of employers won't respond at all. But at least you've done your part. You have been the consummate professional by writing to them, thanking them for the opportunity for interview. You can even outline that you are disappointed that you're not progressing any further, but that you wish the company well and that you would welcome any constructive feedback so you can improve in your future interviews. Let's look at the thank you letter that you would send post interview, where you're thanking them for the opportunity for interview and you want to reiterate that you're still interested in the job and that you have core skills relevant to the job requirements. So here are the 3 seconds I want to cover. Let's look at the introduction first. Provide a succinct introduction. Don't do a long-winded introduction. We're keeping this letter very short. The focus of the introduction is to thank the employer and to confirm that you're still interested in this job. You are genuinely interested in this job. Here's an example. I am writing to thank you for the opportunity to interview yesterday afternoon. It was lovely to have met you and your team to discuss the role in greater depth. I would like to confirm my interest in the office manager vacancy. I would also like to reiterate my key skills and qualities which complement the position. Then move in to those core skills and qualities. Okay, so you can use something like the second example here in the middle of the slide. The following are the key skills and qualities that I can offer: analytical skills, monitoring processes and procedures, identifying opportunities for greater efficiency and cost reduction. IT systems, advanced user of MS Excel, MS Access, and CRM system experience. Accounting, considerable experience in managing both accounts and payroll. So generally what I like to do is name the skill and then just provide a little bit of elaboration, again linked to the job requirements as much as I can, okay? And then finally provide a closing paragraph. You can keep this very general, something like the example at the end of the slide. I look forward to hearing from you in the coming days once a decision has been reached. In the meantime, please do not hesitate to contact me, and do provide a telephone number here so that they can contact you should you require any additional information. So these are some core points and tips on what to do once the interview is completed. So please progress on to the final section, which is a bonus video that provides details on the resources in the course resource folder to provide additional assistance to you on developing your interview skills.